I spent months staring at job rejection emails, wondering if I was ever going to be able to break into this industry. Back then, I had the CompTIA alphabet soup and a unfinished bachelor's degree in cybersecurity. I thought I was stuck. Fast forward to today, and I'm a CISSP and CCSP, and work for Fortune 500 companies like Microsoft and Discover. But back when I started, I had the exact same frustrations as you do. My experience didn't change overnight, but my strategy did. So today, I'm going to break down the changes that I made in my resume that finally got me interviews. Welcome to Journey into Cyber, where we share real advice, turning past struggles into your future roadmap. Let's get into it.
Look, recruiters are a tool in your belt, and it's worth building those relationships for the long haul. But let's be clear, the only person you can truly bank on is you. A recruiter might open a door, but your skills are what get you through it. I've realized that the how doesn't actually matter. People spend too much time worrying about the perfect path. What matters is the do, the actual actions behind your intentions. If you aren't labbing, applying, or networking, you're standing still. And here's the thing about struggle. Every time I felt like I was hitting a wall, I was actually leveling up without realizing it. The friction is where the growth happens. So don't fear the grind. Use it as evidence that you're moving forward. So stay focused on the actions and the career will follow. On the other hand, hiring managers look for potential, relevance, and clarity. So at a minimum, having Security Plus can show that you understand the fundamentals of cybersecurity, meet HR filters, and show that you're ready to grow without needing 10 certifications. Was I a cybersecurity professional on day one? No. The truth is, I doubted myself constantly, but I stepped into it. I studied, built projects, configured websites and real tools. I practiced interviews with no callbacks lined up and convinced myself before anyone else ever did. That mindset changed everything. I didn't fake it. I became it. So I decided to rebuild my resume from scratch. And here's what changed. So here's the strategy that actually cuts through the noise. So for the resume summary, I had it less than 80 words, no fluff. Just tell them why you're the solution to their problem. The 5-bullet rule. So for your most relevant job, use 5 bullets max, the taper. For older or less relevant roles, drop it down to 2 to 3 bullets, and every bullet should prove that you understand the specific needs of that job role. Next, I added a project section right below experience. Labs on Try Hack Me, Let's Defend, or Hack the Box became real resume bullets. I treated labs like real job experience because it is real experience if you know how to frame it the right way. I created a GitHub repo where I uploaded lab notes, reports, and documentation. Anything that showed how I think, troubleshoot, and learn. This portfolio became my real-world experience, helping hiring managers see how I approach solutions. The biggest shift is that I tailored every resume to every role. I carefully dissected each job posting, highlighting keywords like incident response or threat intelligence, and asked myself, what problem is this role solving? And what skills and keywords do they keep repeating? And every bullet point should prove that you understand the needs of that specific job role. I grouped my technical skills by categories such as security operations, threat intelligence, governance, compliance. This made my resume easier to scan and helped match the structure of most job descriptions. So this way, recruiters and HR didn't have to dig to find what mattered. So if the role focused on compliance, I highlight my experience in labs in that domain. For SOC roles, I push hands-on skills with log analysis and incident triage using Elastic Seam. When I made these changes, my resume started speaking the same language as the job listing. No degree, no problem. If you don't have the degree, pivot to certifications. No certs yet? Pivot to hands-on projects. At the end of the day, it's all about proof of learning. So don't let a missing piece of paper become an imaginary roadblock between you and your career. So let's be real. Does a bachelor's degree or certifications help? Well, it wouldn't hurt. But remember, cybersecurity is specialized. so you have to be strategic. For example, if you're aiming for a role in identity and access management, a CISSP Plus certification isn't really going to pair well with that path, so your certifications should match your goals. However, if you're looking for a starting line, Security Plus is the foundational must-have. It helps build the mental framework you need to actually understand what you are protecting and why. It's the key that unlocks the rest of the room. But a word of caution, don't get stuck in the certification trap. If you spend 2 years chasing every acronym under the sun without ever hitting submit on a job application, you're doing it wrong. Stop waiting for the perfect resume. You could study for your next cert while you are already in the interview loop. Don't let the pursuit of one more badge keep you from the actual goal of getting hired. So remember this, cybersecurity runs on experience. So if you don't have a job yet, freelance, document your labs, post your write-ups on GitHub, show the recruiter or hiring managers your growth in real time. Be creative with your proof and the experience will follow. Don't forget about transferable skills. If you've worked in customer support, emphasize conflict resolution and critical thinking. If you worked in retail, stress teamwork under pressure and handling sensitive information like PII. These are all transferable soft skills that matter in cybersecurity roles. Once I started speaking the language of the domains, everything changed. I went from being completely ignored to getting interviewed. My qualifications hadn't changed. I was the same person with the same certs, but the way I showcased them had. I'm going to give away the exact resume template that I used to get through the door at places like Boeing and Amex. So if you want to, drop a comment below. More interview and certification deep dives are on the way. The journey into cyber has just begun.